Hello Taurus, and welcome to my channel White Angel Messages. I'm Angel. This is the Jack and Jill Lantern Love Bonus reading for Halloween 2025. It will cover October 25th to November 2nd. First, we'll take a look at the days that are favorable and not so favorable for love. Then we're going to get some messages from the tarot. For a complete tarot reading, or if something should just not resonate with this video with you, just check your 4 major placements: Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All the links to those videos are down below in the description box, along with the timestamps for your convenience. Well, Taurus, we've got a beautiful sky above our heads. We have Venus, your ruling planet, in the sign of Libra, which brings in romance. It just explodes. A type of romance that is just harmonious. It rebalances relationships. It leads to commitments and the happily ever after fairy tales. Would you like one? Okay, because it's more than possible. Okay, let's start looking at Venus and Mars, because these are the 2 placements that we have to look at. Our cosmic lovers. Venus, which symbolizes and governs love, beauty, and harmony. And Mars, which symbolizes passion, and he drives desire and the physical energy. Together, they're known as the cosmic lovers and are very important in determining our romantic desires, our attractions, and all the forces that are at work in our intimate relationships. So let's go see what we have in store for you, Taurus. Starting on the 25th, we're going to start off with a beautiful green heart. Now, as you can see, the spiders for this reading have already been given a costume. That is, one has a green heart, the other one the caution symbol, and the other one the red X. So far, we're going to start off with the green hearts, and I can already anticipate with Venus in the sign of Libra and the sky, which is covering completely the 25th of October to the 2nd of November. Our love reading is all romantic love. So what does this mean specifically for the 25th of October? Well, Venus in Libra will sextile with the moon in Sagittarius. This sextile is perfect for love, for relationships, for marriage. If you're single and you want to give a boost to your social life, not a problem. Just go out and meet new people. You will attract them very easily. People will be smiling. They'll be happy, very open. And should someone suggest a blind date, say yes. Go, because it's going to go well. Definitely, it will go well. On the 28th of the month, we're going to have a half green heart and half yellow. Let's go see, because this means that one of the 2 is not too favorable for love, which can happen. Well, definitely Venus in Libra is going to square with the moon in Capricorn, which means that it's her. Okay, it's not a good time to bond with people emotionally, because arguments are quite easy. The female energies are going to be easily irritated or even aggressive, okay? But since this is a caution warning, because we actually have 2 planets in favor of Mars, which means that if you are able to manage it, and if you know your partner really well, this could actually go quite well, okay? Let's take a look at the Mars side, the green side of this. And that is that we have Mars in Scorpio, which will sextile with the moon in Capricorn. So this means that Mars can communicate well with the opposite sex, with their partners. They have a really strong drive and they have good communication skills, therefore good relationships. So if you are the male energy, not gender energy, and you know how to manage the situation, the communication with your partner, that already makes the yellow a little bit more greenish, okay? Also, Mars in Scorpio will be trining with Jupiter in Cancer, which means that they're going to have a really strong vitality, great enthusiasm. They're going to act with decision, and they're going to love life that day. And if you want, you can influence the female side, your partner, the female energy, that can become contagious with the energy of life. Okay, like I said, it all depends on how you would like to manage it. So I've added a little bit of precaution. Let's continue. On the 29th, we have another beautiful green heart. Does this surprise you? Because it doesn't surprise me. Venus is in Libra, the whole reading. Okay, so when there's romance in the air, all the hearts are green. Green lights go. On the 29th, we have Mars in Scorpio, which will trine with Saturn in Pisces. And this means that there's a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of decisive action, a lot of energy, and you can think rationally when it comes to your emotions. So what does this do? It means that you can actually ground those emotions. You can give it stability, which will instill trust in your partner. So what does this bring on? Well, let's continue and find out. Look at that. It's all green lights. On the 30th of October, we have Venus in Libra, which will trine with the moon in Aquarius. Love, marriage. This aspect is really unique because we have Libra and Aquarius, two air signs that are going really, really well together. It's, if you have a marriage set for the 30th, fantastic. Now, I know this is officially Devil's Night and it's really difficult to set a wedding on that day, but it is the perfect planetary setting for a wedding. Love is very reliable, very grounded. You can trust it. So that is the kind of energy that you do need for a wedding, for example, or a union, a commitment in any case. People on that day in general will be very happy, very cheerful. No one wants to argue. No one is interested in conflicts. Okay, so it's like the perfect love day. Okay, the next one is Halloween, the 31st. Trick or treat. What do you think? Let's go see. Cross your fingers. Yikes. Sorry. Okay, don't shoot the messenger. I just look at the planets to see what they're doing. If I could change them, I would, but I can't. Okay, what's going on Halloween? Well, Mars, the god of war. Yeah, okay. We got to be really careful with him. Mars is in Scorpio and will square with the moon in Aquarius. Therefore, easy to get argumentative, very hasty, jumping to conclusion, disagreements with your partner. There may be repressed emotions that can be triggered on Halloween, okay? Or they're simply feeling moody and then you can trigger them. Be very careful. So let's translate this into very simple, practical daily terms. What does this mean? Well, typically on Halloween, you may go to a Halloween party. Now, people are going to drink, they're going to have fun, etc. And what could happen, which is really easy, because everyone is wearing costumes, you could have had a little bit tipsy, let's say, and you see your little vampire and you go up to your vampire and you hug him and you kiss him and then you discover it's not your vampire. It's somebody else's, okay? That's where the hastiness, that's where the disagreements come in, and that's when things explode, okay? A little bit of jealousy explodes here and there. That's why Halloween is definitely a red X, okay? It's really easy to get angry with someone, okay? And this means that a lot of things can boil and come out that shouldn't be coming out. So, a word of advice, if you are going to some sort of event for Halloween, try to go to the one that's set on the 30th before midnight, okay? Definitely before midnight on Devil's Night, which will go very well. But just like Cinderella, everybody home before midnight. Sorry, but that's what the stars are saying. Okay, last day. On the 2nd, we have another green heart. There you go. Like I said, Venus is in Libra. The sky is tainted with little green hearts. Green lights go. What's happening on the 2nd of November? Mars is in Scorpio and it will trine with the moon in Pisces. Fantastic. Willpower, courage, practical action, a lot of openness and love, and the truth of love comes out. You're open, you're honest, and that creates bonding effects. It is fantastic. Okay, so as you can see, the sky above us is quite green. We just have to be careful on Halloween, right? Just right after midnight when it starts, and for that day, because, well, it's not a treat this year. Okay, Taurus, let's take a look and see what we have for you from Spirit messages on love. Wow, and only love for the Halloween festivities. Okay, let's start with the Knight of Swords coming in. But the Knight of Swords happens to be in the reverse. Okay, so what I'm feeling here is that there's a little bit of aggressiveness. Usually he'd be very assertive, but someone is being a little bit aggressive. Okay, let's go see what this message is all about. 10 of Cups. Ooh, this is a beautiful card. This is a great card. There's a lot of happiness here. Okay, there's a lot. Like, I mean, this is fantastic. This is happiness, stability, domestic harmony. As you can see, the little happy family. And yet, just before it, we had the Knight of Swords. Okay. Wow. Okay, why are they being aggressive in such a beautiful setting? Let's go see. The Hermit. Okay. The Hermit. Okay, someone should actually be going into introspection or something, because it's like there's an imbalance, which doesn't surprise me, because that's why Venus enters Libra, to bring balance into relationships. That's the actual function, okay? And so this doesn't actually surprise me if one is like really, really strong, very aggressive, or may come off as being very aggressive, while the situation is actually lovely. I mean, there's happiness there, okay? So what Spirit is telling me is go into introspection, okay? Withdraw a little bit, go into solitude, and look inside yourself, because the situation that you have now, this could be either you or the other person, okay? Roles can be reversed, to keep that in mind. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to be forcing things or anything, because the love is there and it's really strong. And you should actually be going within yourself. Maybe you're looking at things from an external point of view, but take a look at internally, that flame that burns inside of you for them, and the flame that burns inside of them for you. That's what you should actually be looking at, okay? I think, yeah, thank you, Spirit. I just heard, if they look inside themselves and they see that flame, you don't need to look on the outside. You don't need to force anything or be extra strong when you really don't need to, because the love is there. They have it for you. They really do. Okay. 7 of Cups in the reverse. Okay. You have a little bit of confusion about what's going on. That's another reason why you should be going into a little bit of solitude, reflect, meditate a little bit, because yeah, you're not seeing this, which is kind of strange. You see it, but it's sort of almost like you don't believe it, right? It's like saying, oh, maybe it's too good to be true. Maybe I have to do something in order to keep it. That's it. You're afraid it's going to slip away, and you're a little bit confused. You can leave some room to breathe, etc. It won't slip away, Taurus. If something is meant to be, it will be. You don't have to force it. You don't have to hold on tight to it. It'll stay right beside you. It'll stay right with you. And it'll always be inside of you. And you will always be inside of them, in their mind, in their hearts. Thank you, Spirit. Every once in a while I get these things. I'm not poetic or creative. I'm just picking up, right? Because you're kind of confused, because you know this. You feel it inside of you. You know it. But you're kind of afraid, and that's why you hold on tight. Yeah. Okay, well, it's normal. But I think you'd be happier. Whoop. There you go. You'd be happier. Yeah, okay, I heard. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. 1 card. Thank you. Okay, see what's going to happen? Look at that Ace of Cups. Okay. If the confusion is going to cause you to feel like this is what's going on. This is what exists, the happiness. But with your confusion, you're going to feel like it's not there. You're going to feel like you're not loved, but you are. Okay. Oh, look at this. I love this. The Justice card comes in. Okay. Look at that. Libra, Justice. What is she doing when Venus goes into the sign of Libra? Love gets balanced. Fairness comes in. Harmony is set in. So if there is an imbalance of any sort, for example, there's a lot of love and happiness, but you're not seeing it, and you're not feeling it for some reason. Could be that you're not receiving it as well. Okay. Justice will come in, because Venus is going to set in and say, wait a second, let's fix this. Let's talk. How about if you find out this and you tell me something, okay? Justice is going to come in, okay? The truth is going to come out. And what I'm hearing is honesty. Honesty has to come out. It has to talk. Now, we talked about the settings, the planetary settings in the Taroscope. A few days ago, it went up, the one that goes from the 16th to the 31st. I suggest you take a look at it. Honesty is the best thing. Okay, so get it out. Your voice is going to be heard. At the end of the month, towards the 29th, Mercury goes into Sagittarius, and the truth has to come out. You have to talk. When you do so, things will balance out. Okay, this is the Justice card. This means things go where they're supposed to go. Okay, justice will come your way. Okay, 6 of Swords. Once this happens, okay, you go on and you leave behind the negativity, etc. And you go on to better waters. Okay. Now here the little ghost is kind of sad, but in reality, you're going to be happy. You're going to leave behind that torment. Because when the truth comes in, you're going to say, okay, now I get it. So leave that all behind and go on. And then we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups instead is telling me about searching for the truth. Okay. Again, it's enhancing. It's going right under the Justice card. Keep searching for the truth. You have to get it out, and they do too. Perhaps you're not receiving it. Like I said before, it could be that the confusion comes in because you feel in love, even though it's there, because the card is there. Okay. You'd have to feel it inside of yourself. But I understand that if you don't see it coming and you need some external proof, this is how you're going to feel. Okay. And I'm hearing Spirit say, go look for the truth. See how this little ghost is actually going towards the Justice card? Go look for that truth because it's there. Okay. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. It could be, this is what I just heard, that they want you to ask them. They want you to look for it. Ask them what the truth is. Maybe, okay, if you're feeling a little bit neglected, maybe they are too. Maybe it's the inversion of the roles that I'm seeing here because it's different for everyone. Okay. They too could be feeling a little bit neglected. So if you go search for it, they understand that it's reciprocal because this is what's going on in here between both of you. There's happiness in here. Okay. There's definitely happiness. And it's going to come out. Okay. But you got to go look for it. It's got to be two-way. Libra is the scales of equality, balance. So if you want them to give you more attention, you're going to have to give it to them. If you want them to come to you and say, well, what's going on, etc., maybe they want you to do the same thing and show them that you care, that you're so invested in them that you actually do want to understand what's going on and fix it, because it's both ways. Libra doesn't say it's conventional, one person has to always do it, etc. Libra says, no, it's both of them. Both of them have to go towards each other. Both of them are equal. Both of them do the exact same thing. Okay. So go find them, go talk to them, and things will balance out. Yeah, and they're going to be happy that you did it, just like you're going to be happy that they do it with you as well. It's only fair, right, Taurus? Okay, Taurus, the best of luck to you. Remember the days, the green days, and that one little red day that we should avoid. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking, for sharing, and above all, for subscribing to my channel because it helps me grow. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye for now. Happy Halloween from Angel.